Good morning, agents. This is M, and your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to discover the secrets behind BootUp's spy code quests. In this high-stakes world of coding education, there's more at play than meets the eye. As the agency intercepts communications, I'll need to stay ahead of their surveillance by shifting my vocal
frequencies. You'll unlock the power of storytelling while I remain undetected. And you'll unleash AI tools to craft
compelling adventures for your classroom, keeping one step ahead of anyone listening. But remember, agents, this mission requires creativity,
perseverance, and evading any prying ears. Maybe you won't get caught by dastardly evildoers, but it sure is fun pretending otherwise. This message won't self-destruct, but let's stay sharp. Let's get started.
See how the right tools can transform your presentation? Today, I'm going to walk you through how I create immersive, engaging spy adventures for the classroom using storytelling, AI, voice generation, which you just heard, stock footage, and more. Everything I do can be done with free versions of each tool, and you can be successful with this. So let's get started. Storytelling is a critical part of keeping students engaged in challenging coding problems. When your students are emotionally invested in a story, they're more willing to persevere through difficult concepts. It's not just about solving a coding problem. It becomes about completing their mission as a secret agent. Realistic, high-stakes stories help, but they shouldn't feel childish or over the top. Instead, frame coding is a tool to solve meaningful, exciting problems, just like in a real spy mission. Research supports this. When students feel ownership over their role in the story, their creative thinking and problem-solving skills can really skyrocket. We're going to take a look at an example of the first BootUp code quest that sets up the first mission or the first coding activity. And while you're watching, I want you to reflect on your students' engagement levels when you use storytelling versus just straightforward lessons. So here we go.
Scanning facial features. CTA agent confirmed. Initiate message.
Welcome, agents. You are the newest members of the CTA, the Covert Technology Agency, a secret spy network of young tech agents who provide support for undercover operatives across the world. One of our best undercover agents is on their way to infiltrate a shadow organization codenamed The Malignant. We don't know much about this organization, but everything we have learned greatly concerns us. The secrecy of our agent's identity is so important that we will not reveal it, even to you. A spy is only as good as their disguise. This is where you come into play. Our operative is in possession of the Maskmaster 3000, a state-of-the-art synthetic mask creator. With it, they can make any mask to look like anybody in the world. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to code and upload a program for the Maskmaster 3000, enabling our undercover agent to develop a secret persona and alias for themselves. We have hidden a tutorial guiding you through coding this program on the website of our civilian shell organization called BootUp. We are the top secret side of BootUp. Find the tutorial, watch it, then get to work. You have 1 hour to complete this mission. Good luck. This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Now that the mission has been established, take a look at the tutorial that I used these same tools to create. If you wanted to open up Scratch and do this while you're watching this, that's totally fine, but it's fine just to watch as well. Links to these activities are all in the resources that I've sent along.
Welcome, new recruits. I'm Naya, the lead cyber operations specialist here at the CTA. You're going to get to know my voice really well over the next few days because I have been tasked with guiding you through coding a program for the MassMaster 3000. Since we now have less than an hour to get this done, let's get started. First, choose one of the options A or B for the MassMaster 3000. Since we don't know who the secret spy is, the different options have different styles that you can begin with. I'm going to choose option A. Once it loads, I'm going to make sure I'm signed into my account. To make this your own project, you need to click on Remix. If you don't see Remix, it is likely that you're not signed in or working offline. Either sign in or just begin coding this project without remixing. Now that you've remixed the project, we need to code it to hold the position of the buttons and the different pieces of the disguise. We don't want the MassMaster 3000 printing a mustache on the nose or a wig on the cheek. I'm going to choose one of my buttons to code. It doesn't really matter which one you choose. And I am going to pull out a green flag from the gold blocks. And in the blue motion blocks, I'll choose a Go to XY block. To organize and set up the program the way we want it is to initialize it. So everything we put on the green flag has the purpose of initializing or setting up our program. This way, if we accidentally move a button, we have set up the initial position and can reset it by clicking on the green flag. Now, initialize every one of your buttons by coding them with an event, the green flag, and a motion block. Go to XY.
Now that we've seen an example of what we're doing, let's get into the nitty-gritty of how to create something like this. I started out by thinking of what kind of Scratch project that I wanted to do, and I built the Scratch project to see how it worked, to see if it was developmentally appropriate for the students that I wanted to teach this to. And then I went through that process over and over again until I had 4 projects completely built. Then I needed to somehow fit the subject matter of those 4 projects into a story. And for that, I turned to ChatGPT. The way I use ChatGPT is like a brainstorming partner. I can ask it to give me a list of secret agent code names if I'm looking for a cool name. I can ask for it to look at all 4 of the projects that I've developed and try to create a narrative around that. I can write something and ask it to put what I write in the context of a Mission Impossible style debriefing. Again, for me, it is a really great collaborative tool to bounce ideas off of, to ask it to flesh out some of my ideas that it can do a little bit faster than I can myself. Rather than just walking you through past work I've done, let me demonstrate the entire process with a new idea that you might see in the 2024 Boot Up Code Quests. So stay tuned. I've created a project that is a sound sensor. So as long as we're in the green, we're good. Once we get to the yellow, it's going to make a popping sound. And then the red is going to make a kind of rocket explosion sound. And I've set it so that I can set the sensitivity. So as I get louder, as I set the sensitivity more, and this is going to be a spy gadget that helps my agents stay quiet enough so that they don't trigger an alarm. And they can choose how sensitive the alarm system is. So maybe if it's set at level 14. See? All right. And so I want my students to code something like this. Let's dive into ChatGPT to see if we can come up with a story surrounding this type of a project. So here's ChatGPT, and I'm going to tell it about what I want to do. So it says, I'm creating a Scratch tutorial where students will build a sound sensitivity detector using their computer's microphone. The students are tech agents coding gadgets for field agents. Please create a Mission Impossible style briefing that explains why the field agents need a noise level detector and gives the students, tech agents, the task. Include a "your mission should you choose to accept it" statement to outline their coding objective. So let's take a look and see what ChatGPT comes up with. Field agent ID redacted. Attention field agent. In your next mission, you'll be venturing into hostile territory where every sound could give away your position. Our intelligence has uncovered that enemy operatives are using advanced listening devices to track even the slightest disturbance. This means the visual methods of stealth won't cut it. To succeed, we need something more. Our tech division, that's you, tech agents, has been tasked with creating a sound sensitivity detector. This device will monitor ambient noise levels and alert you if you risk being overheard. It will keep our agents aware of any potential sound breaches while in the field. Your mission, should you choose to accept it. Using the sophisticated tools of your trade, Scratch and your computer's microphone, you are to design a code. I'm going to change this. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to design a code that can detect noise levels in the environment. The detector must respond when sound exceeds a certain threshold, keeping our field agents alert and undetected. I'll spare you all the details of all the edits that I made in ChatGPT, but I wanted the sound program to be implemented in tactical goggles. So I asked ChatGPT to rewrite it, implementing this idea of tactical goggles. I wanted it to come up with a cooler name than just tactical goggles, so it helped me with that. And then I asked it to rewrite everything with all of my ideas into it. But you'll notice I don't just accept the first prompt that ChatGPT gives to me. I think about things I want added into it, and then I prompt it again and prompt it again until it gets me closer and closer to what I want. And even still, often I'll edit things or change things on my own to fit how I want them to fit. Now I'd like to give you some time to explore using ChatGPT on your own. You can use it to come up with your own coding spy story or really any narrative you're interested in. This presentation is going to be structured like a workshop. So I'm going to demonstrate something and then I'll give you time to do what I demonstrated yourself. And then we'll come back together and we'll demonstrate something new. So while you're working, I'm going to play in the background some of the code quests that we've built last year, just to give you something to see while you're working if you choose to. But it's very much time for you to create something based off of what I demonstrated.
Excellent work on the Maskmaster 3000. Excellent work. Because of your efforts, our spy made it into the enemy's hidden base without detection. We can now tell you the codename of our agent. It is Shadow Fox. The GPS tracking device concealed on Shadow Fox led us to believe that the Malignant's headquarters was hidden underground in an abandoned subway station. The signal fizzled out in the middle of the tracks on a subway route, and we lost all contact with our agent until this morning. A janitor was cleaning an old wing of our headquarters that hasn't been actively used since World War II when he heard a beeping noise inside the old Morse code room. When we investigated, we discovered that it was indeed Shadow Fox using vintage technology to communicate with us. They confirmed our guesses about the location of the base and informed us that the Malignant was highly tech-savvy. Any form of high-tech communication doesn't work inside their secret lair or is closely monitored. Shadow Fox had the brilliant idea to communicate using radio waves with Morse code. We are certain that the Malignant won't be monitoring old radio wave technology. Our problem is that our radio transmitter is in disrepair, and we are unable to respond to our agent. Shadow Fox asked us to respond in 1 hour to confirm that the Morse code messages have been heard by the correct people, which would be us. Our agency call sign is CTASA. Our agents is SHDWFX. Shadow Fox has more secrets to share with us if we can confirm our call sign. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to fix our Morse code transmitter, then to confirm our identity to Shadow Fox by sending a Morse code message containing our call sign, which is CTASA. At that point, we should get the vital top secret information Shadow Fox is trying to share with us. You have 1 hour to complete this mission. Good luck. This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
If you didn't get to finish, that's understandable. We're on a time limit here. But just know that we'll provide this video on YouTube for you so that if you want to watch it and have more time to work on your own time, that a video will be available for you so that you can do that. The voice makes all the difference in storytelling. Using ElevenLabs, I create voices for the secret agents and the mission briefings. There are 2 main options: text-to-speech, which we will demonstrate in just a minute, and a voice changer where you record yourself and apply a new voice that uses your inflection, like I did in the beginning of this presentation. This part will likely give you chills if you're anything like me, because it makes your coding adventure really come to life. Now keep in mind, text-to-voice is great for adding accents and adjusting the tone, but the inflection isn't always spot on. It's pretty good though. Voice cloning, on the other hand, is perfect for getting the right pacing and emotion. For the debriefings, usually text-to-speech is a really good option. Here, I just sign in with Google. And then here I've got text-to-speech and a voice changer. But first, I need to choose which voice I want. In the free version, you get a whole bunch of free voices that you can just use so you can have some variety, but they will give you 3 additional voices that you can use. They're kind of like premium style voices. And those voices, you can delete old ones. So in here, I've already got some of mine loaded. So you can see I'm going here to delete it to give me room to put in another voice because I had already met my 3 maximum. And so I'm deleting a few of them, which now gives me the preloaded voices, which I can use at any time. But then also now I can go to the voice library, which I'm clicking on now, and I can find 3 voices that I really like to put in here. And if you notice, I'm on the free version and I've used up to 52%. You get 10,000 text characters when you're doing this. Or if you're reading something and having it change your voice, it calculates that for you as well. So I already know the voice that I like, but let me just play a few of them.
Looking for a conversational, real New Yorker? Let Donnie spice up your content all the way from Brooklyn to the Bronx. Let's get it going, baby.
The Boston mayor who grew up in Revere was aware that the city's darkest days were around the corner if they weren't already here.
And let's say you want a specific voice. I'm going to set some filters right here. So I'm in the voice library. I'm going to set some filters. Let's say I want a female voice. And I want the, let me see, age to be middle age. No, let's say old. And I want the language to be English. And then you can also set the accent too. So let's say I want there to be British accent. So
you cannot find yourself by going into the past. You can.
No yesterdays are ever wasted for those who give themselves to today. We must embrace pain and burn it as fuel for our journey.
So in essence, what you're doing here is you're finding the voice that sounds good to you. You're choosing a voice. I ended up looking for one called Dalen. I don't know how to pronounce it, but...
To exist is to change is to mature is to go on creating oneself endlessly.
Okay, so I'm going to add this. And I can click on use. Okay, so here I'm going to paste in what our debriefing is. So I'm going to click on generate speech and let's see what it does and how it sounds.
Attention, field agent. Your next mission takes you deep into enemy territory where silence is your greatest ally. Intel reveals that the enemy has deployed highly sensitive audio surveillance, capable of detecting even the faintest sound. This leaves you vulnerable to exposure unless you have the right tools in your arsenal. That's where our tech division, that's you, tech agents, comes in. We need you to create a sound sensitivity detector.
So hopefully this gives you an idea of what we're doing. And I'm not going to include the whole thing because I want to get into how to build this in a PowerPoint. So that's the whole thing, but I'm going to end up putting this in slide presentations, and I want this portion to be on slide 1, this portion to be on slide 2, so on and so forth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out, and I'm going to regenerate speech here. So it just says the first part. In essence, I just split the text up into 3 different audio files so that I can put that audio onto 3 different slides on my Google slide presentation, which I'll be creating in just a minute. So I generate the speech, then I go in and download the audio file onto my computer, which I will later upload into my Google slide presentation. Now, hopefully you've got your text generated in ChatGPT. So try going into 11 Labs, signing in, finding a voice, and then paste your script into 11 Labs. You can do it in one whole fell swoop if you only want one slide, but if you want multiple slides, cut up your text into different chunks so that you can download multiple audio files to put it on different slides. So go ahead and try that now.
If you decoded the Morse code message Shadowfox left us, then you saw the words, kidnapped scientists and nanobots. Because you fixed the Morse code transmitter, Shadowfox was able to share some vital news. Genius engineer and scientist twins, Bryant and Caitlin Perkins, have been working on nanobot technology, tiny, microscopic robots with the potential to change the world for good or evil. In responsible hands, nanobots hold the potential to enter the human body to combat sickness and disease, contribute to environmental cleanup, create new materials, and build new technology. Conversely, in the wrong hands, nanobots could be used to create illness, engage in illegal surveillance, carry out acts of sabotage, and contaminate Earth's resources. The scientist and engineer twins have publicly explained that they were still some way off from making nanobots a reality. However, last week the twins went missing, their research facility was ransacked, and much of their technology was stolen. Shadowfox has confirmed that the Malignant is behind this. In their hands, nanobots would be used to put the entire world in grave danger. Shadowfox knows where the scientists are being held and knows that the nanobots already exist. To protect humanity, the twins lied about how close they were to finishing the technology. They have a vial of liquid containing millions of nanobots inside. The nanobots are inactive, but the software program needed to activate them is nearly complete. The Malignant is forcing the scientists to complete an altered version of the program to activate the nanobots with evil intentions. In 1 hour, Shadowfox is going to stage a rescue mission to help the Perkins twins escape, steal the vial with the nanobots, and download and destroy the Malignant's version of the software program needed to activate the nanobots. Shadowfox has patched us into the Malignant security system, which controls the main vault door, keeping the twins trapped, along with all the exits from the Malignant's lair. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to hack into their security system, learn the 4-digit passcode to the lock, Transmit the passcode enabling ShadowFox to rescue the scientists, steal the tech, unlock the external doors and escape. And finally, alter the security passcode preventing the malignant from following ShadowFox by locking them in. You have 1 hour to complete this mission. ShadowFox is depending on you. This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Another component that really gives me the chills is music. The right music combined with the right voice can really create a compelling narrative. And sites like Pixabay are places where you can find this royalty-free and free use music without even having to log in, that you can download to create a narrative. So let's take a look at that. Pixabay.com/music. I'm going to go there. And I'm going to search for, I've already got it in there, spy music. I'm going to start playing. Okay. I'm going to download this one. Click here on this little down arrow if you're on Chrome. So now I've got the audio files of the speaking.
Attention, field agent. Your next mission takes you deep into...
And I have some music that can play along with that. Now, I've got my music and my audio. I think I'm done with audio. It's your turn now. Take some time, go to Pixabay Music, search for some audio files that match the theme of your narrative, whether you're doing a spy one, whether you're doing language arts, and then download that file and save it in the same folder where you have your vocal files or your speech files. The last portion that we need is imagery and video. Stock footage from sources like Vecteezy, combined with AI-generated images, can help fill gaps in your visuals without requiring advanced video editing skills. In my code quest that I demonstrated at the beginning, I used Adobe Premiere Pro, but you don't need advanced video editing software like this to create a really convincing narrative. And we're going to demonstrate that today, and this will be your end product by using PowerPoint, or in my case, I'm going to be using Google Slides. But first things first, image generation, stock footage, then Google Slides. So let's get started with Canva. Just do a Google search for Canva Image Generator or Canva AI Image Generator. I'm going to click on Generate AI Images. They're going to open up this little place for me. And I'm going to say, I want some spy tech goggles. And let's just say we want the whole thing to look like maybe a watercolor, or, well, let me try Filmic and see what that does. And I want landscape mode, and we'll generate the image. Yeah, I really like these ones. So these are going to be my SpectraVision goggles. The way to download this is you click on Share, and you click on Download, and you can download it. I would do a PNG, and you click on Download, and 1 minute this PNG is downloading. So now I'm going to drag this into my desktop, into my Mission Impossible coding. Basically what I'm doing here is looking at my ChatGPT script, finding any text that has imagery for the types of things that I could show during the debriefing, and then I'm having the image generator generate those things. So I did some goggles, I do a spy base, and then I go into Scratch and find imagery on my Scratch page of the actual program that I want the students to code. So there's that imagery in there as well. And then lastly, we'll go to Vecteezy and do that as well. But before we do that, I want you to try the AI image generator in Canva.
Scanning facial features. CTA agent confirmed. Initiate message.
We have good news and bad news, and are in desperate need of your help. While scouring the Malignant's digital files to eradicate their malicious version of the nanobot software, ShadowFox stumbled upon another digital file. It turned out to be the original software for the twins' nanobots, the sole existing copy of their life's work. So, ShadowFox downloaded it, rescued the scientist twins, and escaped the Malignant's lair. Due to your alteration of the security passcode, the Malignant's agents are still attempting to unlock the doors in order to pursue ShadowFox and the Perkins twins. That's the good news. Now, for the bad. Unbeknownst to us, the Malignant has had what our experts are calling an active digital fence surrounding their lair. It is a system designed to exploit any incoming technology by uploading a virus to that tech when the barrier is crossed. The system silently uploaded a virus onto all ShadowFox's tech gear, including the hard drive that was used to save the twins' nanobot software. The virus was activated as soon as ShadowFox and the Perkins left the facility. It seems that the virus has two functions. First, to destroy any code on the infected device, and second, to act as a GPS tracking beacon for the Malignant operatives. The twins' information on the hard drive is encrypted, protecting it for now from the virus. But the virus is slowly decrypting the protected file to destroy it. ShadowFox guesses that we have 1 hour before the virus decrypts and destroys the file. Ironically, that is roughly the same estimated time that ShadowFox has before the Malignant breaks free, follows the GPS signal, and captures the trio. We have commandeered a satellite dish 1 mile away from where Shadow Fox and the twins are now, and a satellite in space that can communicate with the dish. Shadow Fox's objective is to make it to the satellite dish and upload the twins' software to be broadcast into space. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to program the satellite in space to position itself to receive Shadow Fox's transmission. Then re-angle itself to transmit the data to our headquarters, preserving and protecting the twins' nanobot software in our servers. This will enable Shadow Fox to destroy the hard drive, stopping the Malignant's operatives from tracking and capturing them. You have 1 hour. Don't let the Malignant capture Shadow Fox.
Vecteezy. These are the ones that I like. There are a lot of them. So I'm going to type in spy and see if I've got something here that I like. If you have something in here that works for kind of what you're doing, you can do that. And one of the ways you can search is for free license, and that will filter all of the paid content out. And so these images are free to use. And so for me right now, none of these images are working for kind of what I'm wanting. So one of the things that I like to go to, instead of vectors here, I click on videos. So we'll do spy videos, and look at this. This is a sweet video of spy surveillance. So, and here's a video of kind of like a high-tech room, someone peeking through the blinds. And these are all I got to click on the free license. Okay, some of those got filtered out, but we still have these here. And so we've got all of these spy style videos that you can choose from. Maybe I want this to be down here, and I'm going to download this. I'm not going to log in. See, it's asked me to log in, but I just clicked on no, and it downloaded that for me. So once that's downloaded, I can open this up and I can drag this into my file. If you don't sign in to Vecteezy, then it will only let you do like 3 or 4 downloads. But you can sign in to Vecteezy with a free account, which would let you do unlimited downloads of their free content. Now I'm going to give you time to go to the Canva image generator and Vecteezy. And maybe if you have a Scratch project that you're going to do, you can take a screenshot of that. But gather the images and the imagery or the videos that you want to be displayed in your mission debriefing or whatever your narrative is, and then download those into the folder. And then we'll bring this home by uploading it all into Google Drive, connecting it with a Google Slides, so that we can create a low-tech version of a spy mission debriefing. So go ahead and gather your images. Go ahead and gather your video, download it all into the same folder that you downloaded everything, and then upload that folder into Google Drive. I now have all my files uploaded into Google Drive. Here they are. And in this same folder, I'm going to create a new Google Slide document. And then the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to insert some audio. And I can go into my recent folders and it will find all of the audio that I recently uploaded. So here's the stealth battle and here are the 11 Labs mission debriefings. So I'm going to do the stealth battle first. It'll take a second. Then it'll give me a little icon right up here. Now, once you have this, there are a whole bunch of different options that you get. So let's play this. Sweet. Now, I don't want this to play on click. I want this to play automatically when we go into presentation mode. And because it hides automatically, I don't need the icon. So I'm going to hide it. And I want this music to play throughout the whole thing. So even if I go from slide 1 to slide 2, I don't want the audio to stop. So this stop, if I turn that off, that means even when I change to a new slide, the audio is still going to play. And then I'm going to loop the audio. So in case the audio ends before my briefing ends, it's just going to start over again. Okay, so now watch when I go into slideshow mode. The audio automatically starts to play. Now I want it to play not just that audio, I want it to play the first mission briefing. So I'm going to insert more audio. And go to my recents, and I'm not sure which number this is. We'll see what this is. I changed the view to this view so I can see it. I want number 1. So that's uploading. Now this one, I want it to start automatically, but I do want it to stop on a slide change. So when I go to the next slide, it stops this voice and does the next one. I also want to hide the icon when presenting. So I'm going to pull these down here just to get them out of the way, even though you won't be able to see them when you click on present mode. So now let's take a look at what this looks like.
Attention, field agent. Your next mission takes you deep into enemy territory, where silence is your greatest ally.
Sounds so cool already. But one of the things I notice is the volume of the music is blowing out. It's too loud for the audio. So what I can do in here, actually, I just did the agent. The bottom one's the music. Nope. Sorry, this is the music. So I'm going to turn this way down so that it's just kind of like background music. Let's hear what 50 sounds like.
Attention, field agent. Your next mission takes you deep into enemy territory, where silence is your greatest ally. Intel reveals that the enemy has deployed highly sensitive audio surveillance, capable of detecting even the faintest sound. This leaves you vulnerable to exposure unless you have the right tools in your arsenal.
Okay, still a little bit loud for me. So I'm going to turn it down even more to like 30 maybe. Now I can insert imagery or videos. So I can say upload, no, not upload for a computer. I've already got it. Insert image. I want to go to my drive. And I can either navigate to the folder or just go to the recents. Now I want there to be this high-tech room. Insert that one. I'm going to crop it to get the white lines out of it. And the rest of this is just editing or creating a Google slide. I can animate things. So if I click on these 3 dots, it gives me the option to animate. So I can make it appear on clicks. I can make it automatically appear after the previous, or actually I don't want to do on click. Appear after previous. So let's see what this looks like. Or maybe not appear, maybe I want it to fade in. There we go.
Attention, field agent. Your next mission takes you deep into enemy territory, where silence is your greatest ally. Intel reveals that the enemy has deployed highly sensitive audio surveillance, capable of detecting even the faintest sound.
Okay, so I want to do that and insert this time a video. And I'm going to go to my Google Drive, go to my recents, because I just uploaded everything. And I want to find the one, there's a smoke. I want this one, the audio surveillance. So I'm going to insert this in here. And then I'm going to resize it so that it's small. And I can just have this now. Right now we're set to play on click. There's two of them, but I don't want to play on click. I want it just to play automatically. And then I'll move this, I don't know, maybe I'll move this here, resize this a little bit smaller. It's just kind of, you figure out what looks good to you, how you want this to function. I also added some, I'm going to insert another video. And we've got this cool little screen visual thing here. I'm going to resize this so it's smaller. Now we'll line these up. We'll center them. And with this one, I also want it to play automatically. So let's take a look at what we've got so far.
Attention, field agent. Your next mission takes you deep into enemy territory, where silence is your greatest ally. Intel reveals that the enemy has deployed highly sensitive audio surveillance.
Okay, so maybe I want these to, maybe I want this one to play automatically. Now, if I do this, it's going to require me to click on it at the right moment. So I've got to be listening as the teacher if I'm presenting this to my students. So here we go.
Attention, field agent. Your next mission takes you deep into enemy territory, where silence is your greatest ally. Intel reveals that the enemy has deployed highly sensitive audio surveillance, capable of detecting even the faintest sound. This leaves you vulnerable to exposure unless you have the right tools in your arsenal.
Okay, so that's the first slide. And you can finesse it as much as you want. I'm going to do a new slide here. Get rid of this. And then we're going to upload audio. And I don't need to do the music because the music is still going to play from slide 1. So insert more audio. We'll do Daylin 2. And then for sake of speed, I'm going to do a new slide. New slide. And we'll do Daylin 3. Insert audio. Daylin 3. Whoops. Daylin 3 goes here. So here's the third one, the second one, and the first one. Now we got to make this one automatically play, hide, and then I want it to stop. And then on the third one, I want it to automatically play, and I want it to hide. So now let's take a look at what we've got.
Attention, field agent. Your next mission takes you deep into enemy territory, where silence is your greatest ally. Intel reveals that the enemy has deployed highly sensitive audio surveillance, capable of detecting even the faintest sound. This leaves you vulnerable to exposure unless you have the right tools in your arsenal. That's where our tech division, that's you, tech agents, comes in.
At this point, we're pretty much at a rinse and repeat. So you'll see me, I've kind of put this in fast motion because it's the same process over and over again. I add imagery, I add videos. I'm just placing them where I think it might look good. And so you can just kind of see this in fast motion. Then I'll have you try it, and then I'll show you the end product. Now take everything that you've uploaded in Drive, create a Google slide presentation, and begin uploading the audio and the images and the video yourself to create a completed SPY debriefing. Now it's time to show you my final product, and hopefully you've been able to create something the same. I really hope this has been enjoyable for you and has enabled you to create something new. So without further ado, we will show the final product that I've made.
Attention, field agent. Your next mission takes you deep into enemy territory, where silence is your greatest ally. Intel reveals that the enemy has deployed highly sensitive audio surveillance, capable of detecting even the faintest sound. This leaves you vulnerable to exposure unless you have the right tools in your arsenal. That's where our tech division, that's you, tech agents, comes in. We need you to create a sound sensitivity detector and upload it directly into the agent's Spectra Vision goggles. These state-of-the-art goggles will allow the agent to see real-time sound levels, visualizing the noise in their surroundings. This gives them the upper hand, helping them move undetected through hostile environments. Your mission, should you choose to accept it. Using Scratch and your computer's microphone, design a code that tracks sound levels and sends visual feedback to the Spectra Vision goggles. The detector must alert the agent when noise exceeds a critical threshold, ensuring they remain hidden in the field. Your ingenuity will determine the success of this mission. Complete the task, and our agents will have the tactical advantage they need to stay one step ahead of the enemy. This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds. Good luck, tech agents. Well, special agents, I would really sincerely like to thank you for joining my session. I hope that you were able to create an engaging narrative and you've gotten some ideas for how you can implement this in your classroom. I also hope that you'll reach out to me. Here are my social media links and my email, and I hope you feel free to reach out. I would love to see the narratives that you've created. I'd love to collaborate with you. I'd love to answer any questions that you might have, so please feel free to reach out. Also, come December 9th through 12th, our new set of code quests will deploy. If you're interested in doing that with K through 8 students, we would love to see you come there, come and register. I've put the registration link here for you so that you can do that. And in the meantime, we have our 2023 code quests still live on our website. So please, by all means, take your students through those code quests, and it will set you up well for the 2024 code quests. McKay Perkins, signing off.